It's Brian Mudd. This is my cheat sheet for Valentine's Day 2012. Best wishes to you. Seriously, best wishes to you. This is not a day I envy for any men in particular, though I've gotten better with it over the years, in part because my wife is a good one. But Valentine's Day has always been a special day for me, right down to me getting divorced on Valentine's Day in 2007. All right, going inside the president's budget proposal. I'm not going to talk about any of the things that I disagree with, which is obviously going to be a lot of it, none the least of which are the tax increases. But let me simply take the president at his word and what he said he's going to try to do. What I actually did is got involved in fact-checking whether or not this budget proposal actually would bring us back to fiscal responsibility. The problem is that it actually, if we passed it, would guarantee to take us to where Greece is. Let me explain. The president, for this year, if we just keep rolling, we'll have an estimated $1.3 trillion additionally added to the debt. Next year, it would be $1.1 trillion. In fact, at no point over the next decade are we actually balancing a budget. We continue to spend and add to the debt every single year. But what's worse is, the numbers that we're getting are based upon growth rates that are unrealistic. He's using a 3% growth rate for this year. We haven't seen 3% growth in 6 years. He is using a growth rate of 3.6% next year, and then by 2014 is using a 4% growth rate, then 4.2 the following year, then 4.5, and leaves it there for the remainder of the decade. Here's the problem. We haven't seen 4% or greater growth in 12 years, and to think we're going to be there and sustain it starting in 2 years for the next decade is highly unrealistic. There's no economist in the world, not one, that actually believes in those growth estimates. In fact, for this year alone, he has 50% more growth than economists think is actually possible. Here's what it all means to you. Where Greece is right now, where their economy has collapsed, they have 24% unemployment, austerity measures have gone in, and they're rioting in the streets, we would be at the relative debt level of Greece. Not even in 2022, which is what his budget calls for, by the way, but by 2019, because of the growth rate most likely being much lower than what he's projecting. And I could get into economic reasons for why the tax increases won't, over the longer term, actually bring in more revenue. But the long and the short of it is, even if you take the president's budget proposal past the whole thing, we end up like Greece in 2019. That's economic fact, and I've got some source material if you want to go over it to check some of my numbers here on the physical cheat sheet today. Talking about the Galaxy Tab real quick. The only worthy adversary in the expensive tablet space with the iPad is the Samsung Galaxy. They're coming out with their next generation tablet. It'll be released in Europe next week and us shortly thereafter. Near as I can tell, here's the big thing on it. It about doubles the Wi-Fi speed capability, making it a much faster machine for you to operate on. It will be on the Android 4.0 or Ice Cream Sandwich platform. So, it is a worthy adversary to the iPad if you're so inclined, but I'm still partial to the iPad if you're going to pay full price for a tablet. United, here's a first for you in the somewhat friendly skies. United partners with 60 different retailers. What they're doing is that if you have a gift card with $25 or more on it for a particular retailer they work with, they will trade your gift card for frequent flyer miles. So if you have old gift cards you're not using, you can check with United and say maybe you can pile them all together and end up getting tickets so you could fly someplace for a vacation. It's kind of a cool idea. And Amazon, they're getting into the TV programming business. They are starting Amazon Studios and they're ready to start producing made-for-TV content, including children's shows. That is the cheat sheet for today. Enjoy yours. Good luck to you on this Valentine's Day. We'll see you tomorrow.